Do you think you know people? The ones you see every day. Coworkers, friends, strangers on the street. They flash perfect smiles, speak polished words, and play their parts. But deep down, who are they really? Don't kid yourself. In a world where appearances fool everyone, where masks hide more than they reveal, a person's true character isn't found in what they say or the shine they project. No, it lies in the quiet moments, the ones nobody notices, when there's nothing to gain and no one to impress. Today, I'm handing you two sharp blades, two keys to slice through the facade and see straight into anyone's soul. This isn't a game. This is cold, hard truth that'll shift how you view life, view others, and even view yourself. Are you ready, man? What you're about to uncover will leave you speechless, but it'll also make you stronger than ever. Before I pull you into the raw edge of reality, listen to this story. A guy named Jack, ordinary, just like you or me, living in a city pulsing with lights and noise that never quits. Jack thought he had people figured out. He trusted his buddies, his colleagues, the ones he called close. But life hit him with a lesson he didn't see coming. A friend swore he'd have Jack's back when he got laid off, but when push came to shove, the guy ghosted. Left nothing but a half-assed text. A coworker, always charming to Jack's face, turned cold and dismissive to the old janitor sweeping up every night. Jack started wondering, do I really know anyone? Or am I just seeing masks? That's when he changed. He stopped listening to words. He stopped buying into looks. He started watching actions. Small, unguarded moments that show who someone truly is. He found two principles, two torches to light up the human soul. And now, you're gonna learn them too. Step through this door, or stay lost in life's game of lies. The choice is yours. 1. Integrity in how they treat others. Watch how they act toward those who can't give back. If you want to see through someone, don't fall for their words. Don't get suckered by their smile or their charm. Look at how they treat people who can't offer them a damn thing. The sweaty waiter in a packed diner. The old lady inching across the street. The cleaner scrubbing floors when the world's asleep. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king, wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." Integrity isn't something you parade under bright lights or pin on your chest for applause. It's what you do when no one's watching, when there's no prize to grab, when you're alone with your conscience. Picture this: a crazy morning at a coffee shop. Tables crammed, orders flying. The waiter, soaked in sweat, hustling through a crowd of impatient faces, slips up, hands the wrong coffee to a guy in a sharp suit, late for a meeting. That guy's got two choices. 1, he can snap, rip into the waiter, make a scene so everyone knows he's in charge. 2, he can point out the mistake calmly, flash a half smile, keep his cool even though he's stressed as hell. Which choice takes more guts? The first one's easy. It strokes the ego, lets off steam. But it shows weakness. A guy who's rattled by small stuff, who can't control himself. The second choice? That's real strength. It takes discipline to hold back, to show kindness when no one's gonna pat you on the back, when no one even knows your name. That's integrity. Not for rewards, but because you choose to live by your values. Open your eyes and watch. Your coworker, what does he say to the receptionist when the office is empty? Does he thank the delivery guy standing in the rain, or just grab the package and slam the door? Your best friend, how does he treat the cab driver when the ride's running late? These moments, so small they're almost invisible, are where the truth lives. They draw a line between real and fake. A man who's decent to people beneath him, not for clout or gain, carries a deep confidence. He doesn't need to step on others to feel tall. He doesn't need a crowd cheering to know his worth. But someone who's cold, who only plays nice when there's something to win, a promotion, a nod, a favor, they're hiding an empty core. Their ego's fragile as glass, and they prop it up by putting others down. Hold on, don't just judge others. Turn the mirror on yourself. How do you act when no one's keeping score? When the pizza guy's late, do you bark at him or thank him for braving the cold? When the cashier's moving slow, do you stay patient or let irritation take over? Integrity isn't some speech you give to impress the world. It's what you live, second by second, in moments no one bothers to notice. It's how you choose to be a real man, not for them but for you. Build this habit today. Every single day, do one kind thing, no matter how small, for someone who can't pay you back. A genuine thanks to the waiter. A nod to the cleaner. A second of patience when the world's screaming at you to hurry up. These acts won't change the universe, but they'll change you. They'll remind you that integrity isn't a gift you hand out. It's a blade you sharpen to protect your soul. You don't need to be a hero. Just be a man who lives right. That's the first step to seeing true character, in others and in yourself. Dig deeper. Ever notice how a man walks into a room? Does he shake the doorman's hand or glide past like the guy's a ghost? Does he chat with the barista or just bark his order like she's a machine? These aren't random quirks. They're signals of a soul, strong or weak. A man with integrity doesn't pick and choose his kindness. He doesn't save it for big shots or rich folks. He gives it to everyone because he knows worth isn't about status, it's about how you live. Want to be that guy? The one who does right without needing a spotlight? The one who shines even when no one's looking? Start now. One small act, one moment of decency. It'll pave the way to a stronger version of you. But integrity's more than actions. It's a choice you make over and over. Every day, life throws chances at you to live true or to slip into fakeness. When things get hectic, when stress piles up, it's so damn easy to ignore the janitor, snap at the cashier, brush off someone who needs a hand. But those are the moments that shape who you are. Do you stand tall through the storm or get swept away by petty temptations? Choose carefully. Every decision's a hammer strike, forging your soul or cracking it apart. Imagine a world where everyone lived with integrity. A place where kindness didn't hinge on what's in it for you, where people treated each other with real respect. Sounds like a pipe dream, right? But it starts with you. With how you act today. With how you treat the stranger, the nobody, the person who can't offer you a thing except a fleeting moment of humanity. You don't need to fix the whole world, just fix yourself. That's the real power of integrity. It spreads not through words but through actions, through the way you show up every day. Challenge yourself. For 1 week, track every time you show kindness to someone who can't give back. Nothing huge, just a thank you, a look of respect, a small gesture that says they matter. At the end, look back. You'll feel stronger, not because others noticed, but because you chose to live by your code. That's how you build a man who's not just trusted, but respected by himself and by the world. Keep going. Integrity isn't a one-and-done deal. It's a muscle you train. Every choice to be kind, to be fair, to be real, it adds up. It makes you solid, unshakable. Life will test you, throw distractions and excuses your way, but a man with integrity doesn't bend. He stands firm, not for praise, but because he knows who he is. Think about the next time you're tempted to cut corners, to ignore someone unimportant, to let frustration win. Who do you want to be? The guy who folds or the guy who holds the line? Make your choice and make it count. Let's stretch this further. Ever met someone who seems perfect on paper? Great job, slick talker, always knows the right thing to say. But then you see them dismiss a waiter with a wave, or roll their eyes at a homeless guy asking for change. That's the crack in their armor. That's where the truth leaks out. A man's character isn't built on what he achieves. It's built on how he treats the people society forgets. The ones who don't make headlines, who don't have power, who don't matter to anyone but themselves. Want to know someone's soul? Watch them in those moments. That's where you'll see who they really are. And don't stop there. Keep looking at yourself. Every day is a chance to be better, to be kinder, to be truer. You're not perfect. None of us are. But you can be real. You can be the guy who shows up, who does right, who lives with a clear conscience. Start small, but start now. One act of integrity at a time. It's not about changing the world. It's about changing you. And that's the first key to unlocking true character. 2. Integrity in keeping promises. How do they honor their word? A promise isn't just words tossed out in a moment of enthusiasm. It's a blade that cuts deep, testing what a man's made of. Anyone can make a promise when life's easy. Swear to help out, vow to get it done, pledge to be there. But when the storm hits, when keeping your word means sweat, sacrifice, maybe even swallowing your pride, that's when the real you steps into the light. Epictetus, the Stoic sage, said, "You don't control what happens, but you control how you respond." Integrity isn't about making big promises and crashing. It's about holding your word, no matter the cost, even if no one knows, even if no one claps. Here's a scene from life. Your buddy says he'll help you move on Saturday. You trust him, plan everything around it. Rent the truck, pack the boxes, psych yourself up. But Friday night, your phone pings. A lame text. "Sorry, man, something came up." No explanation. No effort to make it right. No follow-up. How's that hit you? It's not just the hassle of figuring shit out alone. It's the gut punch of realizing his word's worth nothing. That he doesn't value you, doesn't even value himself. Now flip it. Another friend doesn't just show up as promised. He brings tools, stays late, cracks jokes to keep the vibe light. His actions aren't just help, they're proof of integrity. He says it, he does it. His words got weight. You know you can count on him, not just today, but any day. Keeping your word isn't for soft guys. It's a bold stand. I respect you. I respect me. A man who honors his promises, even when it's tough, has a core of steel. He puts his values above comfort, above the easy out of bailing. He knows every promise is a thread tying him, not just to others, but to his own self-respect. But someone who breaks their word and doesn't give a damn, no apology, no attempt to fix it, they're showing you weakness, no accountability, no respect. Worst of all, no belief in themselves. Every time they ditch a commitment, they're stabbing their own soul, letting it bleed out with distrust. Look around you. Your coworker, does he hit deadlines he promised, or always got an excuse? Your acquaintance, does he call when he says he will, or let it slip into oblivion? Your best friend, does he show up when he says he's coming, or leave you hanging? These small promises, being on time, finishing the job, keeping a plan, they're not just manners. They're a measure of a man's soul. A guy who keeps his word on the little stuff will hold strong on the big stuff. Someone who flakes on the small things, don't expect him to stand tall when it counts. But don't stop at others. Look at yourself, man. Do you keep promises to you? You swore you'd hit the gym to get stronger. How's that going? You vowed to learn a new skill to break your limits. What's the progress? You promised to make time for your family, the people you love. Where's that at? Every promise you keep is a brick in the wall of your strength, a step toward the man you want to be. Every promise you break is a chip in your self-respect, a whisper that you're not yet tough enough to live true. You don't need to be perfect. Nobody is, but you need integrity in every word, every action, every vow. Build this habit now. Every week, nail one small promise to someone else or yourself. Be on time. Get it done. No bullshit excuses. If you say you'll meet a friend, show up, even if you're beat. If you commit to a task, finish it, even if it's a grind. If you swear to yourself you'll change, take one step, no matter how small. These promises aren't just talk. They're the steel you forge to cut through your own weakness, to prove you're the man. Not some guy drifting through life full of empty words. What happens when you break a promise? Even the strongest guys slip sometimes. Life's not always a straight shot. Shit comes up, blindsides you, and despite your best shot, you fall short. That's where real integrity gets tested. A true man doesn't duck his screw-ups. He doesn't blame the world or act like it's no big deal. He owns it. He says sorry, not some weak-ass mumble, but a real acknowledgement. He finds a way to make it right, even if it's just a small gesture. That's the difference between a man with a spine and a guy who's spineless. The weak run, the strong stand up, admit it, and keep moving. Think about a boss. He promises his team he'll fight for better conditions, more resources, less stress. Then he hits a wall with upper management. He's got two paths. One, he bails, says it's out of his hands, lets his team down, lets his word dissolve like smoke. Two, he keeps pushing, finds another angle, does whatever he can to deliver, even if it's not perfect. Which path screams integrity? The boss who takes the second road isn't just reliable, he's a leader you respect. He proves his word matters, his team matters, he matters. What about you? Which road are you taking? When life tests your promises, do you hold fast or fold? When a commitment gets heavy, do you dig in or dodge? Integrity in your word isn't just about keeping promises to others. It's about keeping promises to yourself. It's how you build a man who's not just tough on the outside, but unbreakable inside. Burn this into your mind. A promise is a rope tying you to the world, to the people you care about, to your own soul. Every time you hold it, you make that rope stronger, tougher. Every time you let it slip, you fray it, leave scars that don't heal easy. You don't need to promise the stars. No one's asking for grand speeches, but when you give your word, big or small, grip it tight, like it's your honor on the line. That's how you become a real man, not in anyone else's eyes, but in your own. Push yourself. For 1 month, track every promise you make. Small ones like showing up on time, big ones like changing a habit. Write down when you nail it, and when you don't, note how you fix it. At the end, look back. You'll see yourself growing stronger. Not because you're flawless, but because you chose to live with integrity. That's the real deal. Not words, but actions, choices, moments that shape who you are. Go bigger. Picture a world where everyone kept their word, not out of fear, but because they respected themselves. A world where a promise wasn't just noise, but a mark of honor. Sounds impossible, right? It starts with you. With how you honor your word today, with how you handle every commitment, tiny or massive. You don't need to save humanity, just save yourself. That's how integrity spreads, not through preaching, but through living, through showing up as the man you know you can be. One last thing. Ever know someone who seems like they've got it all? Big job, smooth talk, always the center of attention. But then you catch them blowing off a promise, like it's nothing, like their words just air. That's the moment you see them for real. That's when the mask slips. A man's character isn't about what he says, it's about what he does when it's hard, when it costs him, when no one's watching. Want to know who someone is? Watch how they handle their promises. That's the second key to seeing true character. You've walked this road to the end, man. These two keys, how someone treats others and how they keep their word, aren't magic tricks dropping from the sky. They're weapons you forge yourself, sharp enough to cut through lies, to see the heart of anyone, and most of all, to see your own. Life won't stop testing you. Masks will keep popping up, sweet talkers will keep spinning their webs, but now you've got the tools, integrity. No one's coming to save you. No one's gonna make you strong. That's on you and the choices you make every damn day. Stand up, live true. The world doesn't need more empty words. It needs men who act, men who live with fearless hearts. Are you in? If this fire hit you deep, slam that subscribe button, hit the bell, don't miss a thing. Drop this in the comments. I'll live with integrity. Check out my last 2 videos, they'll light you up, push you harder. I'm not here to mess around. I'm here to make you the strongest version of yourself, to help you stand tall through life's storms. See you next time, man. Don't let me down.